Hello, the topic here is the top 7 reasons to hire a private investigator. This video is being brought to you by Investigative Knights, the top Phoenix and Scottsdale private investigator firm for the whole greater metropolitan area. A private investigation should be not considered a do-it-yourself project, such as a home fix-it project you start at Lowe's or Home Depot. The best private investigators are ex-law enforcement personnel who have considerable experience in surveillance tactics, computer forensics, background checks, missing persons, and more. Private investigators such as those at Investigative Knights will solve your problem quickly, ethically, and professionally. So the reason number one, which is the most common, is if you suspect a cheating spouse. Half of marriages have some sort of infidelity, which is an amazing number to me. It can be extremely difficult to catch a cheating spouse unless you know the tactics involved and are able to uncover evidence. People can get tricky now, shifting SIM cards from one phone to another, using software to hide text messages. So there's a lot of technology that can be utilized involving SMS, SIM cards, GPS, surveillance, and good old following someone to capture the evidence. And this is really better left up to the professionals rather than simply relying on a hunch. Second reason to hire a private investigator is to find a missing person. And this can be for any number of reasons. You may be looking for a family member or a friend or a runaway child, somebody who owes you money and skipped town. It could be an attorney or an insurance company who needs to find somebody involved in a case to interview. Investigators have several tactics to achieve success, including such things as skip tracing, computer forensics, calling family, friends, associates, previous employers to help track people down. The third reason to hire a private investigator is for a fraud or a scam investigation. It happens to the best of us, and swindlers should not be allowed to get away with your money. We may be talking about $5,000. We might be talking about $5 million. The private investigator can collect evidence. A lot of times police departments get backlogged. They oftentimes, if the fraud or scam person is in another state or across state lines, they just don't want to deal with it. So a private investigator can conduct the investigation in a timely fashion so the evidence doesn't leave town. With a licensed, reputable private investigator, the evidence collected will be admissible to use in getting your money back. For instance, Investigative Knights only uses ethical tactics to get your evidence, so it becomes admissible. Number 4 is for background checks. Who are you really hiring? Who are you going into business with? Who are your kids really dating or marrying? A background check can uncover all kinds of savory morsels: criminal records, credit debacles, aliases used, fraud, identity theft, all kinds of things that can raise the appropriate red flags for decision-making purposes. And the best PIs are experts at background checks. There's all kinds of softwares that can be used as long as good old-fashioned tactics of phone calls and other computer methods. Number 4 is difficult process service. Some people are just experts at avoiding being served. This can seriously delay a lawsuit and drag things out unnecessarily. So private investigators are masters at serving papers to evading defendants. And this can speed up your lawsuit, get your settlement faster, and get the ball rolling as opposed to going up against a brick wall. Number 5 is hiring a private investigator to investigate insurance fraud. And this may be a workers' compensation case or a personal injury case. It happens all the time. Somebody gets injured on the job. They try and exaggerate the extent of the injury to get a higher settlement. And it turns out that although they say they're not able to lift more than 20 pounds, they're over at Costco lifting up a barbecue grill they just bought, and this could get caught on video by private investigators to help with your case. This can also involve a personal injury case where someone's injured and they say it's a lot more serious than it really is. So surveillance techniques to catch the individual performing activities that they supposedly are unable to do. Sixth reason is during divorce investigations. We already talked about catching a cheating spouse, but if you're already in a divorce, key factors in a divorce are child custody and division of assets, basically money. So spouses can get very tricky with hiding assets during a divorce, and an experienced private investigator can uncover those assets because, in reality, you only get one bite at the apple. Not so with child custody, that's different. But you want to really figure out what the assets are so they can be equitably distributed. But if they're being hidden, it can be a problem. Surveillance can also uncover unfit habits of the spouse, such as drug and alcohol abuse, child abuse, negligence, and that can help with the child custody aspect of the case. And number 7, top reason is for employee theft. We work hard, everybody works hard to build a successful business. Don't let your employees ruin it. It's very, very common for embezzlement as well as product theft. Um, there's statistics I've seen that show that 80% of medical practices are victims of embezzlement. So these techniques may include video surveillance, computer forensics, forensic accounting, inventory management. A private investigator firm that's good will have tactics to capture all of this data to save you from embarrassing amounts of money being taken or product. Investigative Knights offers comprehensive private investigation services. They have over 60 years of experience. They're staffed by experienced ex-law enforcement personnel, including police officers, detectives, computer experts. They are fully licensed and they're always ethical. They provide timely communication and reports, free consultations, and proposals. The number to call is 602 351 5111, and our website is privateinvestigatorphoenix.com. Thank you very much, and have a great day.